Moving with Grace Yoga. That's me. Moving with Isabel. This first lesson, this first sequence is born out of completely uncertain times, where we have so many anxieties about absolutely everything that we once knew. Our world has changed. And so it's just a normal thing to share into that fear and to spread it. Today's sequence is simply called Grounding with Gratitude. Because one thing's for sure, if we can spread fear and anxieties and propagate them, we can also share love. We can share gratitude. And we can come together as one on our mats and send love and gratitude for everything that we do have. So for just this half an hour, a message to my students that I miss so much is simply to let go of what does not serve you and focus on the many, many blessings that you do have. So let's begin this class as we always do. Find a comfortable, tall seat wherever you have space. And just take this time out for yourself. Place your right hand at the root and your left hand on top. And simply begin to look inward. If you are comfortable with it, close your eyes. Begin to tap in. Begin to root into the earth. Let it anchor you. And from this anchor, simply begin to deepen your breath. Breathe into all four sides of your torso. Each inhale traveling up the front of your body in a lifting energy. And as the breath reaches the crown of the head, let it travel down the back of your body on an exhale in a sense of grounding. Tap into the earth. Tap into love. gratitude for everything that you do have. From here, just simply begin to flutter the eyes open. And let your hands come to either side and let them gently, back of the hand touching the earth. Bring your shoulder blades onto your back, lift through the crown of the head. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead, look up, reach up, hands touch, and then come down to heart center. Bring your thumbs to your heart. Once again, pause. And then begin again, the hands come to the side, let the backs of the hands touch the earth. Inhale, look up, reach up. Make this slow, hands touch, and then down to heart center. Make the back of the neck long by tucking the chin in and anchoring the shoulder blades down onto your back. Begin again, hands to the side. Let the backs of the hands touch the earth. Inhale, look up, reach up, hands touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause, bow your head. Breathe. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Bring the hands once again to either side. This time, turn the fingertips to the earth. On an inhale, the left hand lifts up overhead. Stay long through the side body and a gentle exhale to the right side bend. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hand down. Feel free to look at your hands. Right side. Inhale, look up, reach up. Reach for the sky, and on an exhale, side bend, making the right side body long, maybe looking up under your right arm. Inhale, up to the sky, exhale, back down. Once again, left hand, make this flow. Left hand lifts on an inhale. Pause and maybe get longer through the side body. And then exhale, side bend. Inhale up, exhale down. You've got this. Right hand lifts, inhale. Get long through the right side body, exhale and side bend. Maybe look up under your arm. Keep anchoring down through the right sit bone. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, back down. One more time. This is about feeling good, remember. Inhale, left hand lifts. Getting long, anchoring down, exhale and side bend. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Close your eyes and just listen to my voice maybe. Right thumb lifts up overhead. Breathe, get long, and exhale and side bend. Bring the hands to the ends of your thighs. Once again, find your foundation here. Anchor through the sit bones, belly button to spine, shoulder blades on your back. Tuck the chin, make the back of the neck long. And from here, just get taller through the crown of the head. Inhale and bring the shoulder blades and the elbows, make them tuck in, lift your heart. And then exhale, gently pushing out with the hands, curl in, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Pause wherever you need to. Inhale, reach up, shine your heart, shoulder blades onto your back. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reaching up. Shine your heart, breathe here. And then exhale and curl in one more time. Inhale back up to neutral spine. Bring your fingertips behind you. And if your elbows are out here, tether them towards one another. Bring the shoulder blades away from the ears and begin to once again anchor into your root, into your sit bones, into the earth. And from here, making the elbows tether to one another and the shoulder blades come on your back. Shine your heart. Look up. And then on an exhale, let the elbows come out to the side. Curl in. Just a deeper movement of what we were doing before. Inhale, look up. Elbows tether towards one another. Sit bones anchor. Shine your heart. Exhale and soften. Once again, inhale, reach up. Elbows towards one another, broad in the front of the chest. Exhale and soften. Gently come back up to neutral spine. And however you want, travel onto your mat into an extended child's pose. So initially coming onto hands and knees, and then so your knees and hips are aligned. And then from this tabletop position, begin to reach the hands down. It's not about how far down you can get. It's all about what feels good. Try to keep the hips and the knees above one another and gently bring your chest down towards the earth. Any amount that feels good here. Keep anchoring your belly button to your spine. See if you can simply pause and breathe here. Maybe your forehead gets to the ground, maybe it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. If you find that you just can't get low, then stop where you feel comfortable. The important part here is a long spine. If your arms are getting tired, maybe you bring the elbows down to the earth. And simply breathe and pause here. Give thanks for what you do have. For your mat, for your space, for a roof over your head, for food on the table, for family and friends. Once we pause and think about it, there are so many things that we can be grateful for, and they are present in our lives every day. From here, rise back up. Anchor your shoulders, your hands into the ground, have your shoulders over your wrists. Tabletop position. Inhale, look forward, chest forward. Exhale, push into the hands and curl in. I'm looking at you right now. Inhale, look forward, chest forward. Exhale, push into the hands and round your spine. And once again, inhale, look forward, chest forward. Return to neutral spine where your front body meets your back body and supports your back. And move into a closed knee, child's pose. Whatever it looks like for you, sitting down and reaching the forehead down. Once again, focusing the breath into your back body. When we have fear in our hearts, simply pausing and coming to our breath can instill in our bodies, our hearts, and our souls a sense of calm, a sense of peace. And then simply rise up slowly from here. Hands to the side and take a moment to just take stock of how you feel. How have things changed since you began this video? And then gently begin to move so that you are on your mat. I'm going to turn so that you can see me in the video and what I'm doing. Come to standing somewhere in the middle of your own mat. And we're going to come down to a squat, but this is not going to be a stillness squat at the beginning. The squats can be hard for people, so if you have a block, you can use a block in different ways. You can use it as support, feet are wide apart. This is just to show you right now. Or you can have somewhere to aim your bum if you're going to start moving down. Or if you don't have a block, a lot of people have these kinds of things around, so this can be useful. I'll use this for now. And then move it out of the way. So make your feet wide apart. The toes are angled towards the corners of your mat. Should be a comfortable distance, not very wide. So just a little bit wider than your hips. And then begin to simply come down, reaching for your support. In this case, a kitchen stool. I'm going to come down, and then as you reach that support, just even high up here, begin to move side to side. I won't show you the back view, but I'll show you the side view. So spine is long. And simply begin to rock back and forth. Make this feel good. This is not about meeting anybody's expectations. You're all doing this at home in the privacy of your own home. And so simply begin, and as you move and as you breathe, see, maybe can you come lower with the knee coming down on an angle. But really, I don't care. Just move. It's about kind of grinding into those emotions. And then once you've done enough of that, you feel, oh yeah, that's good. Letting go of all those anxieties. And then simply begin to anchor into the feet. Have the knees bent generously. The torso is on your thighs. And come into a slow, wide-legged forward fold. And you can use the same movement here, sideways. And as you move, see if you can direct your breath to where it is that you feel the resistance. And maybe you can, on an exhale, let your head just hang heavy. Let it go. So let's do that together. Deep breath here. Then sigh it out. Let's do that again. One last time. Inhale. And then bend into the knees a little bit further. Continue to breathe as you unravel one vertebrae at a time. The head comes up last. There is no rush. Hands come to the side, wide-legged Tadasana, mountain pose. And simply stay here and breathe. And then once again, looking down at whatever support you have here, we're going to come down into a squat again. So range your feet, but now we're going to try to come into some form of stillness. So I'll show you different options. Option number one can be just to have support right here. Be high, the elbows are into the knees, the hands are down, and simply breathe here. Or if this doesn't work and you like a more supported, then you can come to sit right here. Once again, hands come to heart center. Elbows are pushing into the knees. Knees are squeezing in. This feels quite supportive right here. And maybe you're able to root and tap down. Or you know what your body can do and you just want to get closer, and so it really doesn't matter. I'm giving you lots of options here. Choose one and come into stillness. Simply direct the breath Close your eyes. Inhale love. Exhale peace into this world that so desperately needs it. If you find at any time that this is just too much, you can change and get into the supported position, or you can simply go back to a child's pose. Couple of breaths right here. And then however you want to travel forward onto your mat, all fours. Tabletop, we've been here before. And inhale, look forward, chest forward. Exhale, push into the hands and round your spine. Inhale, look forward, chest forward. Exhale, push into the hands and round your spine. One last time here. Your breath, your movement. Curl in. We meet in neutral spine. And then I'm just going to move this out of the way for now. And then from this position of tabletop, tuck the toes under. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lift the hips up and back into the very first downward facing dog of the day. And since this is the first day and we're just the first downward dog of the day, simply begin to any movement you need here. So you can bend the knees, you can sway the hips. Just move. This is about getting into what feels good, letting go of emotions that make us feel anxious. And so it's simply about moving. And then once you've gotten it all out of your system, simply breathe and come to stillness. Let go. And then however you want to, maybe come up onto the balls of the feet, and then let the heels come down again. Once again, inhale, balls of the feet, heels lift, inner thighs squeeze, sit bones reach higher. Exhale, down. One last time, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale them down. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Again, I have to kind of look where I'm at on my mat, vis-a-vis your video camera. Bend the knees generously here. Let your torso hang onto your thighs. Let your arms simply hang, and your neck, your head feel heavy. Root into the strength of your legs. So that your entire torso, head, your heart, your soul can simply let go of what does not feel good. Breathe. And then anchoring into the feet, maybe lifting the 10 toes here and then placing them back down on the ground. On an inhale, root into the feet, squeeze the inner thighs, belly button to spine. And one vertebrae at a time, begin to rise up. Try to not have to readjust any clothing that might have moved, hairs in the face. Simply rise up. And pause in Tadasana, mountain pose. Letting the earth nurture you. So that you can send love into the universe. And then from here, look on your mat. You're going to need to make sure you have the space to come into a warrior one. So from Tadasana, mountain pose, you can readjust. Bring the hands onto your hips and take a short step back with the left leg. The toes of the back foot are aimed towards the upper corner of your mat, so the upper left. Hands are on the hips, front knee is bent. The front knee is over the top front ankle. Begin to hug the legs towards one another. Anchor. Once again, your legs are scissoring, and then inhale, bring the arms up overhead into warrior one. A warrior of strength. Together we can do this. Just simply breathe into this pose. And then gently bring the hands back onto the hips, legs staying the same. Begin to tuck the belly button to the spine, bringing the tailbone down. Use the hands almost as a guide. You're gently guiding your hips almost down into the earth as you reach forward with your torso. Get long through the spine and the side body here. Get here first. And then you can gently reach. You can leave the hands onto your back of your hips as you reach forward into humble warrior. Warrior of peace. Breathe into your back body. Anchor through your feet, belly button to spine, unravel, and reach up, back into warrior one. Warrior of peace. And then bring your hands back to your hips. Begin to put weight into the front so that maybe your back heel lifts. Push and step forward, top of your mat. Move your feet if you have to. Hands to the side. Once again, Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands to your hips, stepping back now with the right leg. Same position we did, so find your foundation, the back foot, the right foot aiming, toes are aiming towards the upper right corner. Your front leg, the knee and ankle are in line, and begin to squeeze or pull or scissor, whatever word means something to you. Scissor your legs together. engagement, have your belly button pull even more towards your spine. And find the love in your heart, and you raise your arms up, back to warrior one. Breathe. If your shoulders are way up to your ears, bring them down. Feel as if you're holding the sun, or you're holding something between your hands. Offer this gift of love and strength into the world. And then bringing your hands gently down towards your hips. Hands on the hips and begin to lean forward. Reach from the torso, side body long. Keep the front body engaging so that it supports your lower back. Use your hands to gently guide your hips towards the back. As you reach to the front of the room, feeling this bi-directional pull as you reach towards the earth. You can leave the hands on the hips, or you can simply place the palms down onto the back of your hips. Breathe. Humble warrior. The warrior of gratitude. Squeeze the inner thighs, anchor into the feet, four corners, rise up. Warrior one on this side. Full breath, shoulders away from the ears, hands engaged. Opening your heart, and then bringing the hands back towards the hips. Looking at your front foot, push so hard into it that maybe the back heel lifts, and then step forward. Move your knees back and forth. Stay in whatever position you are on your mat. Once again, I'm going to turn forward so that you can see. And standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale and reach the hands up overhead. 3 fingers clasped here, index fingers aiming towards the ceiling. If the shoulders are here, bring them away from your ears. Get long through the side body, belly button hugging in. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, really squeeze and anchor the legs as you side bend to the left. And then inhale, back up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands down. Back to the heart. Pause. Breathe. Once again, I'm going to turn on my mat so I have the length of it. You can probably stay where you are. However you want to do this, you can take this opportunity to get back into a squat or simply come to long sitting on your mat. So I'm showing what it looks like, coming briefly into a squat. You can move back and forth. And then using your hands to support, bringing your bum onto your mat, extending the legs long, sure your legs are engaged, they're not falling over to either side. Find your sit bones by rocking and just finding them so that you can root down into the earth. Fingertips on either side, get long through the back of the neck. Pause here for a moment, Dandasana. Anchor. Breathe. And then once again, tapping into what feels good, simply reaching forward, using your hands for support. Again, if the ground is too low, bring blocks underneath your hands or books, anything you need. If you find that you need support, this is not comfortable, you can simply place the elbows onto the middle of the thighs, not onto your knees, but middle of your thighs. Bring your palms together and simply pause here. This is one option. Second option is for books or blocks on either side and simply coming forward. And then last option being to just let your breath get there. And then seeing if you can get any release. Simply directing the breath into the back body. Softening your heart. Gently, carefully rising up, one vertebrae at a time. The head comes up last. Finding the space you need onto your mat, bend your knees, feet come to the earth. And shift and prepare for a last and final pose, Shavasana. You've worked hard for this. Legs can be long, you can have a bolster underneath or cushions or pillows underneath your hips. You can simply let your legs be long. Arms are a little bit away from the body, palms up to the sky. And just simply let go. Take the time here. This is the most important pose out of the entire sequence. This is where we can find our strength. Breathe and stay here for as long as you need to. Please stay in Shavasana as I gently roll out of mine. Just listen to my voice, my words. Just breathe. To my students, once again, this is a message of love. I miss you more than words can say. hope to keep sending you love from this space until we can be together again. As always, it's a privilege and honor to share your yoga space, your yoga practice with you. And so from my heart to yours, with deep gratitude, namaste.